Hey you, it's CovertGoBlue, and I'm back in the office. And while I was gone at the Loading Ready Run pre-release, which I hope you checked out on Twitch and can probably check out a VOD of if you're interested, they had a tournament. Yes, the North American Regional Championship at DreamHack in San Diego. It happened, it occurred, and it featured a combo deck that you probably can't play on Arena because it breaks Arena. Yeah, a paper-only standard combo deck that the likes of which I hadn't seen, many people hadn't seen, and we're gonna get right into it. So first of all, let's go to the champion, and we're talking about congratulations to Joshua Willis, who won the tournament at the end of the day with Rakdos Reanimator. Nice trophy. I like that it looks like an island. Then we've got good old Rakdos Reanimator with a little bit of white in there, a little bit of green in there in the mana base here and there. Why? Because it's all about reanimating Atraxa. It's a Cruelty of Gix deck. Was there any real spice? There's some Plaza of Heroes that helps cast Atraxa. I guess you could call Atsushi the Blazing Sky a certain amount of spice. This is a bit of technology because there isn't much exile removal in the format, and if they kill Atsushi, you get the treasures. The treasures cast Atraxa. Probably better than a big score for that particular job. So I think the Atsushi technology is pretty good. Also, shout out to the champion having won Toxrill the Corrosive. You know, there's still a brewer's soul somewhere in this net decking scum. I'm just kidding. Moving right along, here's a picture of the top 8. These are the people who made it. Congratulations to them. We're going to go over the deck list quickly. And we've got Rakdos Reanimator. That was the other side of the finals. Almost a mirror match, to be honest. A lot of the same stuff. And did I just pull up the wrong deck? Did I just grab the wrong deck? I grabbed the wrong deck twice. It's fine. There was another Rakdos Reanimator that probably had slightly different cards. Will live, right? You guys don't need to see it. Esper Legends. Esper Legends was one of the top 8 decks. Some people like actually roasted me for having Harbin in my Esper Legends deck list with no other soldier synergy. Look, it's 2 mana for a 3/2 legendary flyer. It beats down. It's good, especially good with Gix. If you're gonna run Gix, it's a pretty good card. Any technology in here? I mean, the 4-ofs that have been settled on, like Rafine, Sheoldred, Skrelv, and Thalia, really, and Dennick, you know, they really carry the deck for the most part. But running Go for the Throat with Thalia has become more and more of a thing. It kind of has to happen. Then I guess we got some Lilianas in the sideboard. Technology. All right, Esper Legends Part 2. Another one here. We had another one. And we got a Ludovic in this one. Okay. Any other high tech? I know, I'm stringing you along for the combo deck. There's Kaito in the sideboard. Nice. Kaito's a cool card, right? Then Mono White Midrange. Another of the usual suspects. A lot of 1-ofs. 1 Elspeth, 1 Farmhand, 1 Steel Seraph. A little different. 2 Farewells and 2 Eternal Wanderers. It goes very big. Very big. 2 Sarah Paragons. 4 Roadside Reliquaries, 3 Field of Ruins, no Demolition Field. So just, it's a little all over the place, but apparently it was perfectly balanced. How about the Stone Brain in the sideboard? Just get in there and exile something. I wonder what they go for with the Stone Brain. Put your favorite Stone Brain target in the comments. Selesnya Toxic. Yes, indeed. Just get them. For Audacity, I love that one. That was one I didn't see in many lists, and I definitely wanted to find a way to make room for it myself. If I had played more Selesnya Toxic, I would have liked to think I'd figure out how to get Audacity into my deck list. It's good to see it here in the top 4, along with the Tyvar stands and all the usual suspects. Pretty much all the normal stuff. I still think Annex Sentry is what you run in best of 1. I love that the Malira Living Cure is in the sideboard, you know, because what does a toxic player fear? Other toxic players. Rakdos mid-range, as we slowly make our way down, and this would be the 7th out of 8th deck, so you know I'm slow rolling something good. But look, it's Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair is in this top 8. There it is. There's 4 of them. It isn't completely gone. Just a very kind of classic Grixis mid-range deck, with the technology being some Vampire Vengeance and an Arcfiend of the Dross. And then finally, at the end of the road, this, whatever this is, came up. And you know what? I don't know how to explain it all here, so let's take it to the arena. Yes, so the combo. Well, I mean, what you see here is 4 colors of nonsense based around Grixis. Like, if you cut out these white cards along the top in this Rata-Blade. You have a Grixis deck. And that is the core, just trying to do the good Grixis thing, but then out of nowhere pulling off the combo. And the combo is Blade of Shared Souls, Atsushi, and Rata-Blade. So what are we trying to do there? Well, Blade of Souls says, besides saying for Mirrodin, it says whenever it becomes attached to a creature, as long as this remains attached to it, you may have the creature become a copy of another creature. So this is great for legend ruling yourself. If you are legend ruling your legendary Atsushi the Blazing Sky, turning another creature into it with a Rata-Blade on the battlefield, you are netting a 2/2 non-legendary creature token, and you gain 3 treasures. You use 2 of those treasures to equip Blade of Shared Souls to another creature. You make it a legendary, or you equip it to Atsushi, and then you choose another creature to become a copy of Atsushi, right? No, is that how it works? Equip 2. Whenever it becomes attached to a creature, as long as this remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of target creature. Equip something that's not the legendary Atsushi. It can be the non-legendary token. Then change it into a legendary copy of Atsushi so it triggers the legend rule. So the creature dies, making 3 treasures. Use 2 of them to equip Blade of Shared Souls to the new copy thing made by Rata-Blade. Continue. We all with us? Everybody in at this point? All right, sweet. So at this point, you have you've got a lot of treasures. That's infinite mana. Now you start making copies of the Rata-Blade. Once you've made a bunch of copies of Rata-Blade, you have infinite creatures of some kind. Once you have infinite creatures of some kind, you just need to make sure that you get to your next turn and attack with those creatures. The way that you do that is you dig through your deck using either Atsushi's Death Trigger or Corpse Appraiser or whatever, and you exile the Make Disappears hanging out in the deck so you can copy whatever they have, and you can also hit a Concealing Curtains that you use to then get into their hand and take any farewell that they might be sandbagging. So then when you get to your next turn, turn it all sideways, win the game. It's not clean in that sense that it's hard to end the game on that exact turn. What's also unclean about it is how impossible it is to do on Arena. So apparently one of the first things that happened, and the author does credit this, they were working on it. There is a write-up. Let me see if I can pull it up here easily. Can I pull it up easily? But there is a write-up that on everything you might need to know about the combo. I'll try to put a link in the description, where they even mention that Saffron Olive made a video with Blade of Selves and Rata-Blade, but used it to break Arena. Didn't really focus on the competitive viability of it. Now in Standard, in good old Standard, by the way, if you want to know everything there is to know about the combo and its development, I will try to put a link down here, but I found this on Twitter. If I forget to link it, then just like search it on Twitter, you'll be fine. All right. But the idea of the combo the idea of making this competitive, apparently the content that was made around it was just about breaking Arena. Because it does. You make too many Rata-Blade tokens, Arena just kind of freezes up, and that usually happens before you can dig through your deck to find the counterspell. The way it works in paper is you just demonstrate a loop. I have a loop. I am going to exile all these cards out of my library. I may cast them until my next turn. I'm going to make infinite treasures. I'm going to exile cards till I hit the Make Disappear and the Concealing Curtains. I'm going to play the curtains. I'm going to look at your hand, make sure that there's nothing that's going to mess with me. Then I'm going to hold up the 2 Make Disappears and 5 million Atsushi the Blazing Skies. It's your turn. What do? Do you do something about the 5 million Atsushis? No? Okay, my turn. I attack you, you die. On Arena, you usually freeze the game in the process of trying to make the copies before you actually get to the Make Disappears, because you're copying Rata-Blade. I will try to tackle this mountain. I'm going to play this deck in a minute, and we're going to have it as the daily big channel video tomorrow, and we'll see if I can actually win games with the combo, if I can find a way to make it an Arena thing. But it honestly might be a combo that cannot be played on Arena, that does not work on Arena, that is only for paper. And the fact that that's even possible is both funny and oddly comforting. What do you think of combos in Standard that go infinite, that only work in paper but can't work on Arena, where probably 90% of Standard is played? Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next one. You're cool.